safe, just play Claude, right? Play the Kabuki special. There we go, that's the Yuzong. Neo has
Kita
had a
lanjut
fantastic
guys
game one. Like,
di
we
game
did
kedua.
kind of put that head-to-head. Neo versus
Kita
Hinata.
lihat
Neo
hero
took
yang
it
di
up.
ban.
That's 1-0 for her so far.
Jusin,
Played great
Cici, Grok,
Esmeralda in game one.
Lapu-Lapu, Poveus,
And Esmeralda is
Lunox,
still
Hayabusa, Kimi, Xbox,
Because right now, honestly, the mid is going to
Varsha,
be pretty important
Perspeak,
here.
Gatot
Because
Kaca
you can see
guys.
that Argentina, they have a lot of ways to go for mid.
Ada Arlot,
If
coy,
the range can already abuse
Yuzong,
mid lane,
Hylos,
and the Yuzong can chase
Lancelot,
after you,
Iesf,
same as Hylos as well as the Lancelot. So whatever the mid pick is going to be, has to be basically self-sufficient, right? If
mapnya
someone
Broken
chases
Walls.
after you, kind of have to take care of yourself. You have a lot of CCs, but I don't know. You just got to have a pick that has dashes at least.
Oh,
Let's go.
Zillion is safe
Iritel,
one. Novaria,
Kagura.
Wow, Kagura, Iritel. We saw Kagura yesterday. I think Iritel was also picked yesterday
Apakah
in one of the games
Kagura
too,
Lemon?
but it definitely is a relic in the goal lane.
Yeah,
Thanks to the recent patches, it completely nullify her damage. Takes too long to come online, and against a draft like what Argentina has, it is gonna be a rough game for Ellis.
Yeah, it is going to be quite difficult. Even the Kagura hitting the Yin Yang overturn, not super hard. The Eve doesn't move a lot. The Hylos moves, but you should be able to catch up to him.
Last pick,
And again,
Ruby.
he dashes, right? Dashes, so makes it so that you don't get caught that easily. And finishing up, Argentina does get that Ruby. So again, both teams does look like they want to go for more team fight. But personally for me, Argentina has the much simpler draft to use. The more, I would say, mechanically like difficulties is the Lancelot as well as the Yuzong. Other than that, a lot of point and clicks.
I agree. I think, unlike game one, the draft for game two has a lot. It's a bit more one-sided. Right? In game one, it came down to the execution, but this game two draft, I personally am siding with Argentina's draft. I think it's a lot more sound in terms of foundation. Like I said, it's harder to make errors. It's easier to execute.
Yeah.
The spells are easier to land, and it covers a lot of bases. And also deals with the issues that Uzbekistan is trying to pose with their draft. Even in terms of scaling as well, I worry that Uzbekistan, so many things have to go right. Iritel needs time, Kagura needs like pixel perfect catches with her
Tadi nggak
abilities,
ada
and
sih
Joy
kayak
needs to
gini
get
ya.
ahead. The setup from Arla is not easy to pull off too.
Yeah, at this point, Uzbekistan, if they really want to start moving ahead, they gotta abuse the strength of Gatot as well as
Kita lihat
Arlen together,
2-0
right?
atau
These are the heroes that don't need
1
items,
sama guys.
and yet they can deal a lot of damage, they can tank a lot. So I want to see the rotations coming in from Uzbekistan go towards EXP and then basically bully him out.
In the previous game, the hero plays were expected from Ellis and Yasia, but this game it has to come from Hinata. Right? This Arlet has such an important task, but caveat is you cannot lose early to Neo. They themselves call an early gang, but they are going to solidify instead. Gato was in the wrong position, and it's Miyuki that comes out on top, and that is bad news because the jungle now gets invaded. Miyuki easily gets out of this without any issues at all, and they get the law and order onto the Joy. Miyuki finds a second body, and things have gone from bad to worse.
Joy
And this is
mati.
where the true value of using a simple hero in the draft really shows, where you saw what the Gato was trying to do was try to set up. But hold on, Hinata is fighting back and doing quite a bit of damage here.
Adam execution, that's a flicker out from Hinata, and Miyuki is living in the jungle and the lane of Uzbekistan. You could not have asked for a better start for Lancelot of all heroes.
Yeah, we can
Ini
see that
Lancelotnya
Uzbekistan,
udah
they
2-0
understand that
aja,
Yuki is going to gank the mid. That's why we saw an early rotation coming in from Joy. But again, what the Gata was trying to do was set up for a taunt against multiple targets. But look at Hylos. Skill 1, walks around, basic attack, boom, stuns.
Yep, law and order. I punish you to death.
And death you shall receive.
And who else went down? Yeah, Joy. Here's a ticket. It's a speeding ticket. You're moving too fast. Go down.
And look at this, Rizza dealing quite a lot of damage onto Alice and trying to get it back. If the level 4 hits there.
If that was a level 4, that was an instant solo kill.
Yeah.
Still, they will get a turtle there.
Free turtle guys.
Oh boy, level 6 for Miyuki. Joy is 2 levels behind. honestly, if I'm Argentina, I would give all my waves to Miyuki.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. And now look at this, Yasha is taking quite a lot of damage from Naval as well as Miz. And in this current rotation, they gotta give something over to the Joy because you cannot have your jungler being 2 levels behind.
This is not good. They even called Hinata to rotate all the way to the top lane and they didn't get anything in return. So this is just a bad spot for them to be in. Soglify barely gets out. This gut dot is not even 4 yet. An attempted pullback from Rizza, didn't get it, but it's fine.
Unfortunate timing for the observer to check you out.
And,
Aduh, gak enak ya
they
jadi
will
LM
still
kayak
find
gitu.
Ellis though. Not a problem.
4 orang
Last hit
loh
with the
guys.
White Crystal. Rizza surely goes down here. They finally pick it up. Yassia, the help of Soglify gets the collection. Still Argentina, almost 2,000
Mereka
gold
datangnya
ahead.
pas Predator udah mati, percuma.
Back up there, Hinata is fighting the bush. He's completely abandoned the XP lane. I'm not really sure if that's the choice. The AOG from Soglify to get out of the situation. Phantom execution on a tree. Miyuki is dangerous. As Yassia is going to take a puncture to the face, Miyuki comes back, swings right in, gets the reset, but the taunt now he's going to Soglify. Finally gets the shutdown for her goal lane.
Yeah, right now Argentina, they're giving the advantage over to Uzbekistan because even though they do have gold advantage, but look at the kill score. It's 4-3 right now, and from 2,000 gold to 1,000. Basically, Uzbekistan, they just cut down the advantage by half in one play, and now, look at this, even Thril is having a little bit more confident here to go for the trades against the mid.
All things considered, not too bad for Uzbekistan. Getting a big bounty onto Miyuki, and especially it was Ellis that picked it up, right? Like we talk about this Irritel really needing a lot more to come online thanks to the recent nerfs that she received, and that shutdown goal is so important.
Turtle kedua
And
guys.
if the game drags on like the previous game,
Apakah
a team
ada
with the marksman
kontes?
should perform quite well here. So now for Uzbekistan, if they win this turtle fight, Argentina is
Kalian
going
lihat
to lose a
tuh,
lot
kalau
here. But the fact
turtle
that they have a
kekumpul lah
Yuzong,
guys.
Argentina should be the
Emang
one
cute-cute
commanding
sekali
this
kalian
turtle. They
main
should have a clear advantage, and Ellis is moving quite far ahead.
Like Dragon Form is Hinata is so out of position. They're gonna jump onto him first. Great call from Argentina. Petrify onto Ellis. Ellis is now stuck. The AOG comes in, trying to save Ellis, but the RWM is dead. The box. Ellis barely makes it out with her life, and they come in with electrifying bees, and that's 10,000 volts of joy right on top of Argentina. And slowly gets out of that as well. The Turtle Soglify results in a kill. Yassia picks that up, gives her life away, but Uzbekistan, they're fighting back.
Overall, I gotta say Argentina still wins that out, but Uzbekistan, they didn't didn't get it. They didn't lose everything, right? The fact that Ellis was somehow able to survive, that's a miracle over there. And now they want to go on to Naval, already using the flicker. It looks like Naval trying to escape Ellis here. Ellis still doing 3 damage. All the while, Miz gets hit by Hinata. No one is there to back it up. But here comes Miyuki trying to chase after Ellis and actually gets the kill. Goes back in onto Hinata, and Hinata kills Miyuki.
Another time the Lancelot finds a double Q and gets slain, and if I am Uzbekistan, I'm happy with that trade. This 2k gold lead has not increased in the past 2 to 3 minutes, and now Uzbekistan gets command of the turtle. They should be able to get it to help catch up in terms of gold and experience. Could not have asked for a better chain of events. RWM is not doing enough to take this joy down. Argentina needs to start paying a bit more attention to how these fights are playing out. These ultimates are good, but Uzbekistan, they have the resources to power through it.
I would say Argentina is playing Uzbekistan game because they're like, how do we slow it down? Okay, how about we fight and then just don't lose everything? And that's what they're doing. They're fight, but instead of losing, they're trading, right? That makes it so that the game extends. And when the game extends, eventually you get the items. Speaking of which, Holy Crystal now on the Joy.
They take down Yassia. AOG, good defense. Soglify, the savior. Naval getting ran down. Doesn't get a kill. Oh, Ellis really tried her best, and Naval gets away. The passive shield was more than enough, and Miyuki should be able to clean up the rest. Destroy, able to dash to safety. Argentina gets away and scrapes by with a kill.
Yeah, and all the while, Arlet is pushing mid. It looks like he is going to recall. Ellis needs to be careful here because the timing is very different for Uritel now, because before this, 2 items is more than enough for you to go aggressive. Now, not really, and all the while, Miyuki solo kills Yasha.
I would say that really makes Uritel look very, very bad. That's time to know that she failed to get a kill onto an Iesf, which should have been the case
Berubah sih guys.
patches ago.
Argentina guys
Now then,
permainannya.
Argentina has definitely increased. Miyuki, the 1v1 against Hinata. Hinata final slash. Can they stop
Malah
Miyuki
semalam
though?
tuh kalah
Sadly, they
mereka
didn't have
guys.
control. Red carpet laid down. Hinata is deep in enemy lines. On to Miyuki. One last dash should do it. Miyuki by the skin of her teeth gets out.
A valiant effort. If you can get that, I would say that's pretty worth it. Trading an EXP for a jungler. Miyuki right now 8-2-3. Argentina with almost 4,000 gold with the Lord spawning in 10 seconds. They're in a very good position to control that. And look at this, even slowly has to recall here. Looks, no, she's staying.
Oh no.
She might get caught. No, they don't know where she is yet. They see her, but they don't have ways to catch her. So not gonna get punished for that one.
Yep. Credits to Uzbekistan. All the events that have transpired. Sacrifice. AOG has been pretty good in using the defensive
Kenapa
mana.
itu
We saw a couple of skirmishes,
pose-pose?
even though Argentina still ended up with the minor victory thanks to Miyuki's participation. The AOG to stall out these fights have been on point. Maybe that could just be what they need, right? This Lord fight is going to happen eventually, and if Uzbekistan can get that sort of a counter engaged, or you know, you have Hinata really jumping on the Miyuki, giving room for Edis to run down the Vow, that could be the turning point for Uzbekistan to really crawl back into the
Apa
game.
nih trouble kah?
This is the game where you can really see the effects of what happens when the gold in the gold lane has been severely decreased, because the relationship of that and your opponents was that before, when Iritel had 2 items, relatively there's no armor on the opposing side.
Yeah.
But now, not only do the gold laner make less gold, the roamer makes more gold. So by the time you do have your offensive items, the roamer now with the improved dominance ice probably has some armor, making it so that the relationship now is much different. There's defense when there is offense, so that makes it so that you're never ahead. You're always at most the same, and that's where you don't want to be as a worse marksman.
I'm just sad that watching the Iritel can't even run down and Iesf, right? I feel for Ellis in those situations. Again, Argentina, they are the ones in the lead, 3.5k goal lead and counting. And if all goes well, of course, I think they will be able to close out this game. I see the mechanical prowess from Miyuki. She has been stellar so far. This Lancelot is paying off big time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And again, this is the lower bracket here, folks, where if Argentina wins one more game, they'll be playing again tomorrow, going up against Malaysia. And unfortunately for Uzbekistan, if they lose here, that's going to be the end of their run in WEC 2025. We are in a pause here. We're going to make sure that everything is settled on stage before we get back into the game, because again, the stakes are high.
Yeah. Seems like we've gotten the green light and everything is back in order. We're going to head back into game number 2. And I want to see a game 3, right? Again, we know that Uzbekistan has shown us some potential. Obviously, there are things that need to be fine-tuned. They are put in the same position as game 1 where they need to play from behind. But they have the tools this time. It's not like I have a Hilda and a Baxia, I have Arla and Katat. Those are good tools. Chocolate 5 will have to be sacrificed, unfortunately. But at least to get to top tier 1, the Lord will spawn in the next 4 seconds. Argentina will try to push this goal lead.
It was unfortunate. It looks like he was trying to manipulate away, but look at this. The Joy tries to go in, gets stunned up, takes a lot of damage, but the Yank gets overturned. Gets Neo able to connect onto 3 people there, Husky.
Beautiful stuff from Slowly and Yastia. That is what we've been talking about. The confidence has not been extinguished in any form. They play a distraction. Yastia watches as her jungler clears the wave and goes in for the finishing blow. It should allow Uzbekistan to deal with the Lord even more comfortably now that the midway has been cleared out, so there's no synced out wave for Argentina anymore. I honestly thought that Rizza was able to stop it, right? We have a Ruby in the midst and still slowly very careful. Venom execution, good dodge. Chocolate again here to keep her jungler safe.
Now almost able to get that taunt as well. So right now looks like Argentina is still going to be able to get the tier 2. Their base should be okay here. But look at top. Looks like Alice is getting caught again by Naval on the real world manipulation down bot here. Looks like Miyuki gets killed on the Butterfly. But look at that. The Joy is going to be the next target. And Miyuki gets a double kill. But Yasha has arrived. Yasha is going for Miyuki. And Miyuki gets taken down by Alice. And now Miz is on the chopping board. Double kill for Alice. And now even the Black Dragon form is being used, but looks like it's just going to secure the mid-tier 2.
Oh, good movement from Hinata. What a dodge with the flicker.
Iya bang,
The
lumayan
confidence
juga
is
bang.
showing, and Alice, she's starting to hurt. She has some items. These shutdowns that they gave to this Irithel might come and bite them in the back. And now there truly is a chance for Uzbekistan to crawl their way back into this game. The goalie for Argentina, close to 5,000, but you honestly would have expected a bit more from what they've gotten earlier on. This Kagura is paying off. This Soklify,
Saingannya Malaysia nanti lah bang.
is starting to be the hero of the game, and even Hinata as well has
Malaysia
some
woman-nya.
insanely fancy footwork.
Yeah, like I'm impressed by the Kagura, man. Managing to use the yin yang overturn on multiple targets, giving time, giving space for her
Ikut
teammates
juga
to
nih, Bang.
actually
Ikut
follow
juga.
up with the damage. As
Iya.
we saw, Ellis does have the damage, but we also
beda
saw the
mana.
damage coming in from the Eve. And that's the weird thing about the Eve. The damage isn't splashy. It doesn't look like a Feather S, right? It looks small, but the damage is huge. Looking at the items here, having the Enchanted Talisman going on and the Divine Glaive for Naval, already dealing quite a lot of damage. The question is, what is going to be next year? Are you going for... Looks like not going for the Wishing Lantern, might just be more defensive with the Blood Wings, making sure that you don't actually get caught, which honestly is a pretty good idea that you're 4 and 6.
Oh, see the high-lows. Unfortunately, I don't think Riza can do anything there, so Uzbekistan making sure that they at least keep one of the lanes intact. That also gives Argentina room to start the second Lord. Yasha doesn't get the Yin Yang overturn connect onto Riza, sadly. So Argentina should get this objective without any problem.
Reload lagi
Ellis is
guys.
going for Malefic Gun too, so no Winds of Nature. Gotta keep tabs on that. So no defensive items for Ellis. She's going full throttle, full damage, and just try to contribute to these team fights.
I think that's the call, right? Like,
I agree.
we just gotta win a team fight, and defense doesn't win those team fights. You just need a lot of offense. At that point, you're just like, okay, if it works out, great.
And I think for Uzbekistan, this second Lord is definitely going to be slightly harder to defend against, right? No holy defense. Let's see how many inhibitors they will keep. I think they can keep at least 2 inhibitors alive. That would be great. All the waves are synced up from Argentina. They're ready to go for these siege. They have all the big ultimates to make it happen. No flicker for Riza, but still, not going to be easy.
And the Lord marching in down mid. Naval is looking for an opportunity for the real one motivation, using it, hitting on 3.
Illis able to dash away with the heavy crossbow. Here comes
Good
Neo with the
defense,
petrified
malah
Furious
offset,
dive,
yeah.
and it's gone now. He goes down, Soklify late with the AOG. To get a 2-for-1 trade, Miyuki actually ends up going down. They didn't get the mid inhibitor. Oh, misses trap underneath the structure, but blows it up in time. And Naval with the flicker takes out Yasha, but slowly takes out Miss in the process. All things considered, Uzbekistan holds the fort again.
Yeah, it looks like Naval is actually going for the Wishing Lantern, and fair. Looks like Argentina, they might need a little bit more damage, considering that what we're seeing here, where Miyuki and Neo might feel a little bit, I don't know, too overzealous, trying to end the game pretty fast, diving in quite deep. I kind of feel like Miyuki, yes, is going to be a pretty flashy play, but when Tournament Live is on the spot, maybe it's better to have your either fighters, doesn't matter, Neo or Riza, to take away some crucial crowd control, and then you actually go in.
I have a feeling that they probably got hit by Yin Yang overturn or something, because Hinata and Yasha, they were able to do what they want. Yasha didn't
Maybe
end
got
up going down.
taunted.
That could be too, because Soklify slightly late on the AOG, but nonetheless was able to get the shutdown onto Neo. Who, by the way, most of the damage dealt that eventually resulted in Ellis going down was from Naval, and I think this was 1 RWM and 2 pops of the RWM Void Blast. Only gonna get even more painful. You might even need a Rose Gold at one point.
Yeah. It looks like going for the Wind of Nature instead.
Irithel
Bearing the
udah
damage
won, guys.
coming in from Yuki as well as Neo. But yeah, the damage coming in from the Eve is no joke here. Hinata finds Neo.
Oh yo, Neo, that's an important kill.
Ujungnya mati.
Massive setup from Yasha and Hinata again to make this happen.
And all before the Lord spawns here. But that only becomes a big deal if they're able to to basically use the advantage now. If they wait for another 20 seconds, speaking of which, Hinata gets caught.
AOG, Soglify, again hits on the tree. They find taunt onto the Vow. Ellis not in the right spot, but there is the umbrella. Be careful though. Miyuki trying to jump in to fight Ellis. There's the wisdom nature, but he runs out of time. Miyuki with the most important takedown of that fight. And I swear I thought Uzbekistan had it, but now Argentina have wrestled back control.
Yeah, we can see that Alice was in her headspace. I want this 1v1. I want to deal with Miyuki. But again, Miyuki able to wait out long enough until the Wind of Nature is done. And all the while, man, Naval having help from Neo, from Miz, was able to deal the damage while running away, even securing the lore for herself. Gee, I wonder who's going to be the MVP for this one.
It must feel pretty horrible because I think Hinata and Soglify, they did everything in their power. A 3-man AOG, they stole out the RWM, they isolated Miyuki, but the comms were just not there. They were both, I mean, Ellis and the rest of the team pretty distracted with what they were doing. I feel like they have the tools to pull out one last base defense, but it has to be perfect.
They just got to figure out, okay, how do we deal with this Eve, man? Because the problem is, win condition for Uzbekistan, Alice. She's the first one to die. That's not how you protect your win condition here.
You get out of a damage range. That's one way to do it. Can't happen if you lose Soglify here. In the right position. Oh, Soglify, she is the important piece of the puzzle. Alice now gets jumped on. And with the Lord crashing in, Alice forced to go back to the base. The Lord still very healthy. As it starts pounding on the wrist of Argentina, will look for the final blow. Uzbekistan's best efforts just is not enough. Argentina proceeds to the lower bracket.
Congratulations to Argentina, a clean sweep here, 2-0. An amazing performance coming in, especially from the mid trio. Really making it look super solid, but again, their fight is not over just yet. They have more games to play tomorrow going up against Malaysia. But if they win that one, they just keep on moving forward, and putting Argentina's name on the Mlbb map.
Yeah, you can hear the excitement in the crowd. They were energetic since day number 1. Argentina, you guys have been amazing so far at WEC.
Kita lanjut guys.
So much more to
Di
give.
game berikutnya jangan lupa
We might have
subscribe.
an MVP on hand, but I gotta say, this Miyuki, Naval,